Hello, beautiful people. How are you all doing? Sandra here again, and welcome to another episode of My Life in the Bible. So, listen, today I want us to talk about the story of Jonah. Jonah was a prophet in the Bible, in the book of Jonah, which is found in the Old Testament. It's a short and easy read, it's just 4 chapters, and I encourage each and every one of you to go and read it and get more familiar with it. Now, I know many of us know about Jonah, the guy that was swallowed by a big fish and stayed in the belly of the fish for 3 days. Now, the part of the story I want us to talk about is how he got into the belly of the fish. Okay, so like I said, Jonah was a prophet of God, and the Lord sent him to go tell the people of Nineveh that he was going to destroy them and destroy their land because of their sinful living. Jonah did not want to do what the Lord sent him to do. So what did he decide to do? Run in the opposite direction. There was a ship that was boarding to go to Tarshish. He bought a ticket and got on board. And what did he do? He went to sleep. Okay. So guess what? The Lord sent a violent storm. While they were at sea, it was such a big and dangerous storm that it threatened to break the boat into pieces, and all these people would die at sea, right? So these people were so terrified, they were so frightened because they didn't know what was happening to them. So they started to pray to their different gods. They started to throw their luggage overboard to try and balance out the ship, right? Then eventually they start to talk amongst themselves and ask questions like, who did something to their gods that could cause a problem for us? They go back and forth, and guess what? All fingers pointed to Jonah. So the captain of the ship goes down and finds him sleeping. And they ask him, first of all, how can you be sleeping through a storm like this? Like, all of us are terrified and we are worried, and you are sleeping, right? So who are you? Where are you coming from? What do you do? Who are you? So Jonah tells them that he says, my name is Jonah. I am a prophet of God. I worship God. And he tells them he's running away from the presence of God. So these guys are like, how can you do such a thing? Look at what kind of trouble you've brought upon us, because God is clearly angry and we're going to be destroyed because of you. So Jonah is like, okay, enough guys, chill. Throw me overboard and this whole thing will stop. So of course they don't want his blood on their hands. So they're deliberating, going back and forth. And eventually, some of the crew members throw him overboard. Guess what happens? The storm ceased. It stopped. So these people are amazed at what God could do, at his power. So guess what? They started to worship God. Okay? From that act. So yours truly, Jonah, at this point is down. They threw him down. He went to the bottom of the sea. But guess what? God, in his infinite mercy, had actually prepared a big fish to swallow him. So the Lord kept Jonah in the belly of the fish for 3 days. And while he was in the belly of the fish, he had his come to Jesus moment, right? Where he had time to think through his actions, his decisions. It's like how you put a kid in timeout. He was in the belly of the fish doing his timeout, okay? So he had time to reflect on his decisions and his disobedience to God. So he started to pray and ask the Lord for forgiveness, and basically tell the Lord that if he gave him another chance, he would worship him and do whatever he wanted him to do in spirit and in truth, right? Okay, so the Lord gave him a second chance, and what does the fish do? Spit him out. So God gives him a second chance and gives him the same exact instruction and tells him to go to the people of Nineveh. So he does go to the people of Nineveh, tells them what the Lord has said, that the Lord was going to destroy them for their sinful living, right? When the people heard this message, they believed what Jonah had said from the Lord. When the king also heard this, he declared that they would all take time off to pray to God, okay, and ask for forgiveness. So what does the Lord do? He sees that their hearts were sincere, that they truly wanted to turn their ways away from their evil living and turn back to God. So God had mercy on them and forgave them. Okay. So Jonah wasn't too happy about this, because Jonah feels like, I've gone through all of this only for you to send me and then change your mind about it. And the Lord illustrated to him through a situation of a plant. So Jonah got to a point where it was like a desert. The Lord brought up a plant that covered him and sheltered him from the scorching sun. And then after some time, the plant died out, right? And the scorching sun was really on Jonah. So what does God do? He sends a wind to kind of help with the heat. And Jonah was still very upset, angry about what was happening. So the Lord then tells him that this is a plant that came quickly and died quickly. And you want to be upset about that, but you don't want me to have mercy on the people of Nineveh, because the Lord says Nineveh had about 120,000 people. So it was a whole nation, right? So if you can be upset about a plant coming and dying, why would you not be upset that people are going to die? So of course God is trying to show him that I have to have mercy on human beings. All these are my people. Regardless of what they have done, I can forgive them. So here is the part of the story that I want us to talk about. The beginning part of this story, which is Jonah's disobedience to God, right? What is that instruction that God has given you that you haven't carried out? What is the thing that God is telling you to do that you haven't executed? That you're running in the opposite direction. When God is telling you to go north, you go south. He says go east, you go west. What is that thing that the Lord has told you to do? Now, it could be ministry. God could be calling you to be a minister of the gospel. He could be calling you to teach the word. He could be calling you to encourage different groups of women going through different scenarios. God could be calling you to start an orphanage. He could be calling you to build a hospital. He could be calling you to different things. Anything that it is that the Lord has told you to do, and you're going in the opposite direction because you don't want to do what he has told you to do. Here is my thing. When we look at the ship that Jonah went on as he was trying to escape to Tarshish, those people were suffering because of Jonah's disobedience. Their lives were in a disarray because of someone's disobedience. And the thing is, sometimes we want to point fingers at other people, but sometimes we could be the Jonah in the situation. So things might not be going well around other people, and we are the problem. Our presence there is creating a problem for everyone because we're not doing what God has told us to do. So I'm still going somewhere with this, okay? Your disobedience is impacting the lives of people negatively. In the same way, your obedience would impact the people God intends for it to get to positively. So my question to you again is, what are you doing, or not doing for that matter, that is holding somebody hostage? There is a group of people out there whose livelihood depends on your obedience. There is a group of children somewhere whose future depends on your obedience because you have to build that school. There is a village that doesn't have water Because until you decide to be obedient to God, these people are suffering because of your disobedience. So, what is it that you need to do? So remember Jonah was in the belly of the fish for 3 days, right? And God is merciful. He's merciful to us because sometimes we don't even get the kind of time out that Jonah got, or at least not in that way, right? But we have an opportunity to go to God and ask for forgiveness now, and also ask the Lord to give us the instruction one more time, just like he did for Jonah. Give us the instruction a second time. Give us a second chance to do better. So I want us to sit with this, meditate on it, and find out what the Lord has told us to do that we're not doing. And ask for forgiveness and ask the Lord to send you again. Let's ask the Lord to send us again to do that thing. And this time around, let's do it. Let's actually execute it. Because like I said, there is a generation, a group of people whose livelihood depends on your obedience. And you know, when we talk about this, I don't want you to just think about it in terms of God is calling you to be to pulpit ministry or something like that. Sometimes it's something else. It could be something that the Lord has empowered you to do that will save someone else. But if you don't take the time to do it, that other person suffers. That other person will suffer because of you. So guess what? Today we're not going to point fingers at who Jonah is. Today we're going to own it. What in your life is making you a Jonah? That you're disobedient enough to cause other people to suffer because of it. I want us to meditate on that, think about it, and be honest with yourself. Because guess what? God knows the truth. I might not know what is required of you, but God knows what He's told you to do. And for as long as you don't do it, you suffer the consequences, but also the people around you will suffer with you. And is it fair for them to suffer for something they haven't done? So I thought to share this with you. I hope that this gets you thinking very seriously. And I also pray that you will be sensitive enough in your spirit to know when God is telling you to do something, but also obedient enough to move in a timely fashion. Be swift in your obedience so that God can get what He wants done through you. Because God could also find somebody else to do it. Either way, you're in trouble. If you don't do it, damned if you do, damned if you don't. If you don't do it, you're in trouble with God. If He chooses somebody else, oh well. But my thing is, let's not wait to find that out. Let us know what God is asking us to do, and then let's go ahead and do it. I hope this finds each and every one of you, and I hope that this encourages you. I hope this gets you thinking and meditating on what the Lord will have you do that could save someone's life. I love you all. God bless you, and until next time.